Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to flip number 53. We left off here with my pretty envelope filled with very negative things. Oh, golly day. Anyhow, so this day here, let's see, it was a Tuesday, I believe, April 5th. Was it a Tuesday? Yes, it was a Tuesday. And so this day here, let me tell you what, I was home alone and playing in my art room, and I needed to catch up on my Fibonacci, so I finished a record 7 pages today. Yeah, I know. In so many past videos, I have been saying I'm not going to sit for hours and catch up, and I'm not going to play catch up. Well, guess what? Yeah, I've been doing exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. But anyway, that's just the way it is. That's the way I have to do it because I can only do so much and I have to do what I can when I can. And normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, my kids are at school in their classes. So I have, I don't know, like about, I don't know, 3 hours maybe that I can sit and just work on this. So typically, and I've said before in other videos, typically I do not sit and work in my Fibonacci on a daily basis. However, I do have daily entries, or at least I try to have daily entries. So I do go back and I put little post-it notes in on those days, or I, print out my clip art or get some of the things set up on the page, and then I go back and finish them. So I know in some of my process videos that I have here on the channel, I have tried to explain that. I generally work on multiple pages simultaneously. So that's just the way that I have to do it. It's the way that I do it. So there's that. So anyhow, I was home alone. My kids were in their classes. So I was currently unsupervised. So the possibilities were endless. Yeah. And then this is a picture of not me, but a lady walking. And I wanted to put this in here. For some reason, excuse me, I've had such pain in my legs and feet lately. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that. But it keeps me up at night a lot of times. And so anyway, I decided that I probably sit too much or lay down too much because a lot of times that's all I can do. But I really need to make a concerted effort to get up and walk around. So this day I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go out and walk around my pool. And yeah, you're probably saying, golly day, Elizabeth, you have a pool. Why aren't you in it? Yeah, good question. Anyway, not going to go into that. Anyhow, yeah, so that day I walked around and I walked for about 15 minutes. So I'm just starting out slow. And as of late, my daughter had asked me if I wanted to go walking with her daily when she gets home from school. So the last few days we've been doing that, and we've been getting in about, like 30 minutes of walking about. So that's been nice. And, to get to spend a little bit of alone time with her. And it's nice just to get out in the fresh air and the sun and all of that. I haven't really found out if it's helped much in my leg pain, but we'll see what happens. It's better than doing nothing, I can tell you that. So, yeah, after that I felt pretty good, and so that was that day. And then this day here, like, oh my gosh, this is what happens some days, when I am doing all my pages simultaneously. Sometimes I don't put the post-it notes in. And so I go back to that day and I'm thinking, what on earth happened? Like, I literally have no idea what I did that whole day. And the whole day went by and apparently I did nothing. So yeah, had a bit of a brain fart that day while I was doing these pages because I had no clue what happened. Then this day, oh, my poor big handsome, oh my heavens. So this was a Thursday and he had gone to his doctor, for a checkup, whatever, I don't even know. And so his poor doctor, he is just as confused as we are as to what is causing my husband's medical issues. So the doctor had told my husband, like, my husband, of course, you all know the whole health saga of my husband, but it's been going on for like 2 years, and it has been a flipping nightmare. Okay, so he goes back into the doctor. He's had, I mean, testing up the wazoo. We even traveled to a different state across the country for a surgery. And holy cow, so this doctor, the poor doctor, he's like, I'm confused too, because apparently now his GI doctor is thinking that it's not my husband's pancreas, nor is it his gallbladder. So they have no idea why my husband is in such pain, has lost so much weight. They just have no idea. And yes, we've had every test imaginable. So yeah, so the doctor is now going to send us to a specialist at the university hospital here. And so I just, I have to put humor in where I can, because that is a coping mechanism for me. So I put this thing in here now. Don't panic. I'm going to refer you to Dr. Jekyll. Oh, yay. So I'm hoping that Dr. Jekyll can help us somehow. Oh, my heavens to Betsy. And then this, I swear to you, I'm going to get this for my husband. It's a mug, and it says, pull up your big boy panties and just deal with it. And my husband had just written me in my love letter for this morning about pulling up his, big boy panties and having to just deal with it. And so those were his words, not mine. I would never tell my husband to pull up his big boy panties and deal with it, because I know what it feels like. And it just reminded me of another time my husband had sent me a message, and he was like, I've got my big boy panties pulled up so tight that I'm now wearing a thong. Oh my gosh, it was just so funny. So yeah, I'm glad my husband and I have a sense of humor about these things, because, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what would happen if we couldn't laugh about it, then I'd just be sitting here crying about it. So it's better to laugh. Anyhow, I know I have a sick, twisted sense of humor. I've said it 100 times before, but that's just the way I deal with things. So here, on this day, it was Friday, and I don't know where everybody was. Everybody was gone. I don't know. So, of course, my husband was at work. I don't know where the kids were. I have no clue. So I was trying to keep busy, and I got so much stuff done, just completed by noon. I couldn't believe it. So these right here, these circles are pretty little circles from Cat Hands Mixed Media Morsels here on YouTube. Check that out, because it's super fun. I really need to catch up on it. So I just have not been real steady with it, but I need to catch up on it. But yeah, so that day I hadn't completed the houses one, which was number 8, but I did complete the circles one, which was number 13. And I need to go back and finish the houses. I just kind of prepped the page, so I have to go back and do that. And I did make a pretty little used paint page from the extra paint that I had from my circles. That came out really pretty. I usually hate my background pages, but it came out really cute, I think. And then I worked on my photo, of course. And for breakfast, like, this was before noon, I don't know, I was craving pasta. So I scoured the fridge and I made a handful of pasta. And it had onions and garlic and spinach and tomatoes and Parmesan cheese and mozzarella balls. So it was really yummy, and it was really quick. So, and then right here, one of the gals on the Fobonichi group, she's so sweet. And I had posted this picture on the site, and she said, oh, you should put that in your Fobonichi. So yeah, I went ahead and did that. Here's a picture of like the circles that I did, and my Phobo page that I was working on, and my houses page that I was prepping. So yeah, I had fun that day, keeping busy. And then this day here, yep, yet another visit to the ER. And golly day. So anyhow, that was annoying, because it's just annoying. Yeah. Nobody can help my husband. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I did have this little meme about hope. And yeah, so I've got to hold on to that and always remember to have hope. And so this is just a little, visit to the ER, and we want off this ride. It's been 2 years and we want off already. And my kids at least got to go to the county fairs that evening, so that was nice. And, obviously, who wants to go sit at the ER? And yeah, so at least they got to go together and have fun doing that while we were just at the hospital until about, I don't think we got home until about midnight. Yeah, fun, fun, fun. So that was that day. And then this day here, I skipped Saturday. I really don't know what happened Saturday. My husband is still working overtime, so ER visit or not, he went to work the next day. And he's got his thong on, so he's fully prepared. So this day, my daughter and I, we went to church and to lunch, and it was a new church. I've never been to this church before. My husband and I, my whole family, we used to go to church, but when I got sick 6 years ago, boy, say that 5 times fast, when I became ill 6 years ago, I had to stop going because it was very hard for me to sit through the service. And so anyhow, I went with my daughter. She's been going to this church, and it was a really good message. The only thing I didn't care for was the loud music and the flashing lights. I can do without that. So it's a contemporary church. And but anyway, the message was good, and I enjoyed it, and she really enjoys it there. So that's what's important. And then we went out to lunch together. I wasn't feeling all that great, but we were out, and I thought, let me just push myself. I'm with my daughter, and so yeah, so we went and had a very nice lunch together. And then since we were out, I said, you know what, I've got to go by Walmart. I mean, and I think I've been twice in like 6 years. Well, maybe more than that, but twice, like, of my own volition. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go because I had to replace my tank tops. I live in tank tops, and because I live in South Florida, it's hot here pretty much year round. So yeah, I pretty much live in tank tops, and I have a set, multiple tank tops, but they're all like 10 or more years old, and they have holes in them and stains on them and God knows what. So yeah, I had to go replace those finally. And then when we got home, my husband, he was pushing himself again, trying to feel normal. And so I found him out cleaning the pool when I got home. So my daughter and I decided to go lay out there with him just in the sun. And we didn't lay out too long. He was just feeling really poorly. So yeah, we did that for a little bit. But it was nice, while we were out there together, because it just felt like old times. And I really hope that we can have more of the old times soon. Then this day here, yeah, it was a Monday morning. Yeah, good morning. I wake up to a woodpecker right outside my bedroom window, pecking away. Like, we don't have an entire yard filled with wooden fencing that he couldn't have found another place to peck. No, he had to peck right at my window. So anyhow, that was a great start to the day. And then, of course, laundry, the story of my life. And then this down here, I've shown this in a previous video way back when I first started. It's a video about my other journals that I do. And when I first became ill and I was in bed a lot, I started drawing just with a Sharpie these whimsical trees. And then on the inner side of the branches, I put in, what are they called? Bible verses. And so it was just something that was very relaxing to me. And I was sharing this and some of these photos that I have of my journal pages on one of the chronic illness sites that I belong to. And I had such sweet comments, and it was very sweet. But I also had inquiries about, do I sell these? Do I have, these would look great on note cards, just a whole bunch of suggestions and very sweet comments. And I would really love to do that. I mean, I don't know how many people would be interested. Of course, the people on the chronic illness site were interested. So, but yeah, I have no idea how to do it. I had posted a question on an art channel asking, how do you like commercialize your art, I guess is what you would call it. And I am not tech savvy at all. So yeah, I have searched high and low on YouTube trying to figure out how to do it. And I went on Society 6 because someone has suggested that. The thing that I don't know how to do is to get the art from a spiral bound book. Like, do I have to take all the pages out of the book and scan them in separately? Do I take them to a printer? Like, I have no idea how to go about doing that. So if any of you have ever done that, please feel free to leave a comment below on how I would be able to do that. Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. Thanks in advance for anyone who can help me out with that. Also on this day, this is just a continuation. I had received such a sweet gift from a cherished friend that runs the chronic illness site, and she had given me a sweet little, like a paradise plaque to put down at the hideaway, and a really cute little like glass bottle. I should have brought it in here. It was so cute. And inside of it, it's called Message in a Bottle. And inside is a really sweet little keep calm charm on a necklace. So sweet of her to think of us. So that day, or this day on Monday as well, or no, I'm sorry. I think it was Monday. I went ahead, and she loves my whimsical trees, so I went ahead and did one personally for her, and with her favorite Bible verse on it that I am going to hopefully get framed and send it to her as a thank you, and I hope she likes it. And then this day here, this is actually, today is actually the 13th, April 13th, and I'm coming down from my migraine, so I was in search of where the heck today went. Oh yeah, this happened. Yeah, so I had a migraine. I had a headache. I mean, I have headaches daily, really, but yesterday was pretty bad. So yeah, not fun, but you know. So there's my little clip art of the detective trying to find where yesterday went. And a little funny meme about migraines, because, you know, if you can't find the humor in things, then what do you have? So anyhow, I will stop there. This has gone on long enough. Plus, I have nothing more to share because I haven't done today's page yet. So I hope you all are well. And please, if anybody has any suggestions how I can get this from my notebook, and you know, like how to do that. I mean, I just have no idea. So anyway, leave a comment if you have any suggestions, or leave a comment if you just want to say hi. So yeah, I guess I'll leave you there, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.